Here it is, my friends. Yet another live stream here on the twitch.tv/the Xisuma. Keeping up our streak, days in a row. Don't know how many days in total. We're starting this one up by opening a loot chest and getting a thing. And, oh, another thing. Cool. That I can actually make use of. I am looking forward to today's stream because I know what we're going to be doing. We're going to be making more of these. Oh, dang, look at that. I wouldn't mind having some of these materials just to hand for now, but we're going to make a bunch of those. And the idea... Oh, wait. still not used to this. We're over here now. The idea is to start automating some of those, I guess. Also, we can put these things in here. We were also looking at the quest book last time and seeing that we had to make one of those again, but then we'd get that. Oh, I never claimed this. And then we've made that and that, so I should like get these after I just get this one, Growth Accelerator Crystal thing. Welcome everyone to the stream, by the way. Just having a look in chat. Blackjack says, to get a bat to spawn without bad guys, you can use a mega torch. Ooh, we actually have a mega torch. That is a great suggestion. Blackjack. Let's go try it. Immediate distraction from the task at hand. That's what you provided me with. I mean, I don't have to go to where the mega torch is, but I know it's here, so... Oh yeah, you can walk through it. So let's just start like that. Let's just make a big old... I can't even see. Luckily I got some torches. Yeah, this space right here. Hopefully we haven't gone too far away. Let's make it a bit bigger on this side. And let's get some of those blocks as well. Cool. Oh, I need Y60, someone points out in chat. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. Oh, now I feel like I can't be bothered. Now I just can't be bothered. Well, let's just leave this lit up. Here's what we'll do. We'll go to where the mega torch is. Or not. I think I'll dig towards the mega torch. From somewhere around here. From our little... utilities area. So let's press F3. Oh dang, we might be here for a while. Okay, that didn't work. Why did that stop? I want to hold down forward. Oh, we got a ghost block. Ah. See, I want to hold down forward. Have it do all the work. Now I can look at chat. Living Crates, thank you for the bananas. Alright, we're down at the right level now. Why did we not think of that yesterday, eh? Would have probably have gotten done yesterday. Right, I think that's a big enough space for now. We'll come back and check up on this later on. It's a bit of a weird sight, that, isn't it? Boo, boo. How does the floor blocks cool? Says Hyxel. Don't know what you're asking. Do you play Stoneblock 2 or just Stoneblock? This is the original Stoneblock. Yeah, so. Oh, I got another loot chest. Yellowite ore. Oh, and I said I was going to craft the growth accelerator thing. I know what we're doing. We're about to get into it. But we're just checking out one or two other things first, aren't we? So... that's it. That's what I got to make, and almost got all the bits. There you go. that should... Hey, give me that quest. And then I should really have ones that are after it. Because I've done that. In fact, I could just put it in my inventory. There's a disc. And then somewhere there'll be a drive. Oh! We use those in... Oh yes, in Mechanism. Right, that's not the mod we're going to be using today. Claim that. Claim this. And then we actually haven't made any of those things, so that's fine. I'm pretty sure we made the quantum tank. No, maybe we didn't. Okay. Haven't we got on a controller? We haven't made a processor. Oh, that's the other mod, isn't it? That's the refined storage one. Drawer keys. You got to make. Do you know what? I think the personal key is in here. Okay, so there you go. Another one. Not bad. Claim that. Upgrades. Yeah, we've made some of those. I'll do that whenever I feel like completing the book. Cool. We got one more. Anything good? Solar panels. Not great for underground, right? Pretty much everything here gets to go away, right? Gosh, I love that we got this thing now. Okay, and over here is where the wand belongs. Cool. Cool, got a hot cup of tea here, by the way. We're 7 minutes in, I'm going to have to start drinking it soon. So I reckon in this space here is where we're going to build our next little project. And I think we will probably worry about the entrance last. Like, I either want an entrance here or there. I think it would look nicer over there. And then maybe we have room for an entrance just here as well. But I think that's something we'll think about, like I said, last. So I'm going to need a whole bunch of stuff to make this work. One of them is trim. Then we're going to need storage drawers. I don't know if I've got any here. Let's find out. So we've got compacting drawers. And that's it, really. And then we've got upgrades, which we want. Oh, and speaking of doing the upgrade quest, there's a whole bunch of them here, ironically. And I got another ender pouch. Interesting. They must have come from the loot chest things. Or maybe I made 2 of each in the beginning. Who knows? How you feeling, X, as Demon Knight? I'm feeling alright, my dude. Feeling alright. So, we got to make more of these, really, just to get pink slimes. So we should grab a bucket. Oh, actually, we were going to do the... right, we had a suggestion from last stream to replicate them using this. Then we later on had another suggestion. Can anyone tell me what the other suggestion was related to the pink slime? Because there's the mob imprisonment and the mob duplicator. Cuplex says mob duplicator. Oh, pink slime seeds. That's right. Okay, so like... probably a mystical agriculture thing, although I don't actually see any there. Okay, maybe they're not a thing. So it looks like we're going this way with it. Fair enough. Oh, look at that. Quite a lot. Quite a lot. So we'd have to make one of these, get that inside of it. Have I got a ghast here yet? That's a question. Let's go craft some things. We got Liger Gaming gifting a sub to Pyroleum. Thank you for gifting that sub, my dude. Appreciate it as always. And Pyroleum, be sure to say thanks in chat. Did you crack the pen code? I don't know what the pen code is. I'm not smart enough to understand this, says Ghostly Toastly Time. Oh, yes you are. Don't tell yourself you can't. If you tell yourself you can't, you're less likely to be able to. If you stick around, I'll be happy to answer questions. I'll try and explain. I know there's a lot of stuff going on, but like, It's not as complicated as it looks. Right, so we need more of that stuff smelted. We need to automate this, which is one of my little projects for today. Because I do not know how much plastic we've got in the system currently. But, yeah, and do we have a gas steer? We do. Probably came from the loot bags. Also, I really like it when it sorts by amount. See all the cool stuff we got. It'd probably be worth having like a little rummage through here and like trying to spot some useful things as well. But well, let's focus on this for now. Right, so there are different types of Grains of Infinity. Do we have that? I think we get that, don't we? This might be the best one to make a bunch of. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, we got 1,000 of that. So I think the best one of these, if they are used in multiple recipes, is probably that. So let's go ahead and make a stack of them. Which apparently wasn't good for the power. There we go. Right, we've got a whole stack. And then some. So I'll go ahead and make that. And we're out of the magma thing. Which I believe... Right, now let's check out how much blaze powder we got. That should be a lot. Yep, and how much slime. So we only have a little bit of that. I could actually just use some of those instead. And I won't craft a crazy amount just in case. Right, so now we'll make this thing here. And I gotta build like a whole farm setup for this now. Maybe I can just attach it to this. Might be able to get creative and drop the slimes sort of down into the same farming area. That's probably my best bet rather than creating a whole new project space. So, we put the slime bucket down and we wait for the slime to spawn, which apparently can take a lot of time. So I'm going to have a sip of tea, you know. Did he say plastic cancelled? It said rubber, I think, not plastic. X, you've officially overtaken me in progress. I'm not sure if I'll be able to help now. No problem at all. No problem. The Boatum crew almost broke Hermitcraft a few days ago with all of their boats. That was certainly interesting. I don't think it would have broken Hermitcraft. By the way, that boat spamming that they did in COTC, after one of the events we did some boat spamming, and we did it in a confined area, and we used commands. So I don't know if it's replicatable in survival, but you would have seen it in that video. Like the physics of boats stacked on one another, they kind of go wobbly all over the place, and it's really like fascinating. But we did it in a closed place, and the way the boats interacted was so bizarre. It was like you can make a mini game out of it, trying to destroy them, or like when you move through them, they all like push back and forth. It's kind of hard to describe now I think about it. Like, there was a lot of boats in like a space probably a bit bigger than what we're looking at right here. Oh, we got more mobs coming in. We now have a pink slime in this, so the next step is to get it inside of this block. This block will require power. We have the Spectra coil. And, oh, it requires fluid. In modded Minecraft, it always requires something else, doesn't it? You know, the chat says, get the mob imprisonment tool. Get the mob duplicator and you're set. Oh yeah, you also need the fluid. You also need the fluid essence, which means you need the what's it madoodle, and then you got to go to that thing to do this thing, to get this thing, to craft it with that, to make the other thing, to find out that you don't have the thing that makes the thing. Oh god. Oh, it's another rabbit hole. Let's check it out. Fluid essence. Like, why? I spelled it right? I feel like I... Oh wait, maybe the fluid is called essence. And is that it there? That looks like it. Essence, maybe? Yikes. Basically says, so we should start calling you Alice instead of X. Honestly, that'd be so great for modded. Good luck, Alice, is what you can say. You need the mob slaughter and just have it kill mobs. Well, don't we already have a mob slaughterer? What mod is this as well? This is industrial foregoing. Oh, so it is that. Right. There I'm thinking there's a lot of them. Which one is it? It's that one. It's the first. We can convert liquid XP into essence. That's just terrific. And I don't know what other ways they are. Oh, so is it literally just that's what it is and you need this block to convert them together? Well, let's go make this thing then. And then that means we need a little system to take that out of... Okay, right, this is going to be interesting. We're going to get rather technical now. Rather technical. I will want to make something from a different mod as well to go alongside this. So if I make it with the one down here, it shows me that I just need the thing at the bottom. Chuck those in, and it's that one. Cool. This is something I want to automate today, don't worry. And those need to go in the system. As does that. Okay, so we've got this fluid converting thing. So now we need to go to Applied Energistics. And we need to get some form of exporter that will export items. I think it's just that. Right, that's terrific. And we take these cables. So wherever this machine goes, it's going to export the liquid XP that we already have. Actually, we need another block. We need the thing that turns that into liquid. Okay, let's chuck some there. Okay. And we click on that. So, uses of. Does that let me pump the items in? I think it does. I might actually have already made one of those. Or the magma crucible. I think I'll go with that one. I really like thermal expansion. But let's check the tank thing. I did actually make one of those tanks, so maybe we'll try that before we craft the other block. So we put those items this way around. So we export those items into that tank, into this thing. Then we need a liquid ender chest to move it over to our mob duplicator. Or I could put all these things sort of in the same spot, but I think that would be a hassle. Okay, so now we need to look at some sort of ender tank thing. I forget what the name of the mod is. Let's try again. Ender... Hang on, it's the same mod as this. Ender storage. There we go, that's what we want. Requires blaze rods. Let's have a little search for the old blaze. 47 is what we got. So we'll make 2 of those. We need some dyes with it. We'll go with light blue. Although green would make more sense, but we haven't set any of that. That's another farm we could build. We could build a dye farm today, pretty easy. The block that vacuums the item vacuums liquid XP too. Oh yes, yes, I know what you're getting at. And I would want to put it nearby. Oh wait, wait, we already have this set up is what you're saying. It's just out of sight and out of mind. So over here, right, but it never, this is really weird. This thing never filled up. So although it sends the fluid up, it doesn't get into the ender tank. So maybe if we move the ender tank and configure it a little better, this might be the way to go. So let's go grab a couple of diamonds. This is where we need more of those interfaces around, by the way. Just something I want to set up. Fegley, thank you for the cheers and the biddies. Need to get it out of my system today. Serious stream. It's a brutiful day tea day. I'm a brutiful. It's a brutiful day outside, yeah. I'm looking forward to another... Oh, I see where this is going. Quali tea stream doing some... What's this? Chi tea. Modded mechanics. I hope you brought your creativity. Anyway, let's get this party started and not get any penalties or infringe any royalties or try to be flirty with the dark side. Let's go. We got lofty goals today with the friends and the faculty. Okay, that is so many T's that I don't even know where to begin. Okay, thank you for the cheers and the bit T's. Oh, I'll put in an extra one for you. Appreciate it, Fegley. God, so many puns. Also, this cup of tea, I mean, I've just slurped so much of it. Oh, jeez. This cup of tea. Dang. Alright, I'm just going to finish this thing now. Do you know what? I have a box of caramel teas, and I hadn't drunk them in like ages, and I had one. Do you know what? It's probably from being sick. Just kind of like broke my whole rhythm. And then I don't know why, but every time I pick a cup of tea, I ignored them. And then I saw them, I thought, oh yeah, I'll have one of those. And it was, oh dang, so tasty. I had one yesterday, it was lovely. Right, so we probably want something like a, oh, interesting. Says, oh, fluids. Fluids, liquids, inconsistent. Inconsistent. So we'll try and get it out of the block using this. Oh, I forgot the diamonds. Because I got distracted by some cheers and some bit teas. Ah. Those dang puns. Obsidian chestplate, eh? Are we doing a gravity mob farm? It's not going to use gravity to kill them, but yeah, something like that. Okay. Here's the thing about needing a bit more space. I do believe there is literally, like, we can't get any of that stone or cobble out of here. Now, it's picked it up. That is a beautiful thing. That is a sign of success. So we're going to put this here. I kind of want to break that connection. Get rid of that block. Then I need to get up there. Ugh. How am I going to do this? This is why I need creative flight, because even though it's just like a little bit of, you know, moving about, it's just flying would make this easier. We'll put the light blue in the middle, and then we're going to put a diamond on that to make it personal. Even though I know it's a single player world, I just wonder. There you go. Now that's filling up. Cool. Right, so we don't need that other little setup that I thought we might. Now what we're going to do is go into the farm, actually. And all of this might start to get a little bit painful. I do need a few more blocks. And I also need torches. And I think I put the torches in my backpack, right? No? Let's go get some torches then. There's torches, someone says in capital letters. Is there? Oh, God. I just didn't look for long enough. What a wally. Adv8 Mohan, thank you for the nice message. Glad you enjoy the content. Oh, things are in here. Oh, I ain't got a cheaty zoom key. What is that over there? And why is it not cooperating? Oh! This is bad news. Oh! Jeez, guy! What's up with you? Oh, dang! Oh, dang! Oh, dang! Where'd it go? Okay, that scared the bejeebers out of me, I'll tell you. There were bejeebers, there aren't anymore. They've all been scared out of me. So, I think I was picturing myself putting it over the killing chamber. That's certainly doable, but we need space above us vertically. So what we're going to do is come relatively close to this, about here, and dig ourselves a little 5x5, I think. we go. Holding down shift. Right. Okay, now that we got that in place, we kind of need a pillar. I should probably just... Yeah, for the minute, remove a couple of those. Did I pick both of them up? I had a feeling that might happen. Okay. So it's sort of down at this level. We kind of want the last block here to not interfere with anything below. So the last block we place is the mob duplicator, which is going to get its power from the phantom things we put on the side. I think I'm going to put... Oh, actually, I could put it just one underneath. The ones on the side might interfere with the mob spawning. So for now, you know, if we need more of this stuff, we'll come back here and amp it up later on. That's the plan. Above this thing, we'll put that. Now, I could put a transfer node between it, but I think if this is an Ender IO fluid tank, I will be able to configure it to push and pull automatically. That will pull from above and push down below. So above it, we need that. We need our dye and our diamonds and our blocks. Let's go ahead and... Was it one in the middle and that? And there you go. You can see that we've got liquid XP coming through. Oh, I've missed a step, haven't I? I've missed a step. We have to convert it. Oh, I could have maybe converted it before it goes into the ender tank, but it'll be useful to have liquid XP for multiple things. So, we need that in the mix as well. I wonder if this can automatically push. Let's yoink that out. Oh, God! Oh, no, I did pick it up. Right. Can this automatically push into that, is my thought. Probably not, although input and output, I don't know. I don't think these blocks work in that way. If you click the colours, says Cuplex. So, we want fluid essence. Ah! It accepts. So, output. Oh, maybe it does. Right, well, let's... Essence, liquid XP bar. Can that mean it just pulls from there? Maybe we have to... I think that means it accepts as opposed to pulls automatically. Wouldn't you say, Cuplex? Change the ender tank to push by right-clicking the valve. Oh! Oh, cool. Oh, I haven't selected what it will convert to yet. Oh, there you go, essence. That was a bit of luck. Well, it's done that step, so it's good to know we can do that. This has a push mode. But then, how do we know this one's going to pull? So, the essence tank will accept. But I don't think... These blocks don't push and pull. The ender tank did the pushing there, so I need something between it, right? There is an add-on. We could also just put the Ender IO tank between the two, I think. Rather than go make an add-on, let's just put a tank between the two. So... Ugh. Put that back again. Hopefully this remembers... Yeah. Whatever. Liquid XP bucket. Essence bucket. That needs to be set to push. Pushes down. Liquid, essence, tank goes between the two. So now I need a few more mobs to die so we can actually, like, you know, see this thing working. Right, so the push and pull goes down to this level. In here, all we need is that now. And I think it's literally ready to go. We need to fix that. It's at times like this that I wish I had like a camera count mod. I mean, I don't know if there is one for 1.12, but being able to just switch into... Oh, actually, I could switch into spectator mode, but then I wouldn't be present in the world, so mobs will stop spawning. Let's go fix that vector plate and then get rid of the torches and get out of there. Hellfire Stream 1, thank you for subscribing. Very much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Wait, no, that's not push. The blue arrow is pull. Orange arrow point down is push. Let's investigate, Cuplex. So it pulls from the top and it pushes at the bottom. That looks completely right to me. This thing's set up to accept by default anyway. It's got its power, it just needs a... Oh, it's actually got a little bit of fluid essence. That's now, ooh, happily set up. Creative mode, just to look if it works, the Snow Creeper. Now that wouldn't help either, because survival and creative have the same rules for mob spawning. Spectator allows us to fly over here and look in the mob farm, but then the minute we're in spectator, there's no survival or creative player in the world. So it will stop the mob spawning in theory. And I don't have a cheaty zoom key to like zoom in on that. The best I can do is come stand down the end here at the moment. God of Thunder says, suggest similar mod packs for me. I don't know what's similar to this one. I mean, it's got a lot of classic old school mods, but Stoneblock's unique for being underground entirely. Blackjack has made a very good point. I could melt some XP for it. Yeah, how do I get the XP in the system just to see if it's going to work or not? Oh wait, no, things were dying. I just can't see. A little bit. Hey, a giant pink slime and another one. Oh my goodness me! It might be that it gets a crazy amount from the essence. Like it might just pump this stuff out like crazy. I don't know. We might have to regulate how much it does. Let's go check the system. Beautiful. What a great start. What a great start. So we got pink slimes now, and we want to make multiple of these, which means we need furnaces like this. Chuck that in there. And we've got to make it with the one in the middle. That's right. No, I just gave you a bunch of furnaces. Is it not a furnace on that side? Oh, it's a pick. Just used to those symmetrical machines, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we need at least that. And then it was the thing. What was the thing at the bottom? Oh, it was the pinks. Oh, right. Oh, and the bucket. Oh, gosh. Got to get lava. Got to get water. It's actually lava that I need. I know where to get those, though. Mega the Geek says, oh, wow. So this mod must have been around for a while. Yeah, it's a classic. It's an old school mod. Free cam mod, says the tank. Is that available for 1.12? You know, the cam mods, I've only been aware of them really this season for using them myself, so I'm not entirely sure, you know, what their availability is like. Do I have to make each one individually? Yeah. And it looks like we've still got pink slime in the system. We've got loads of it. We've taken care of that problem. We've got too much of it now. Okay, so we want to look at what we're going to do with this. So uses. We are going to generate... I think we will generate regular stone. We could just do our cobble setup for compacting with this machine. We could also make stone bricks, but really I'd just craft those myself if I wanted them. Don't think we're going to go down that. So we're looking at 1. We do want a stockpile of gravel. Not sure. Might as well do flint. And then we got it. So 3. 4, 5. Could do that. Although it might be the same as just stockpiling that and crafting it myself if I need it. So what would we say? 5, 6, 7. So yeah, 7. Maybe I should have it. Maybe I should just have it make this stuff straight away, rather than do that with storage drawers. Is there? Does it go any more? Triple, quadruple makes triple. Does it go any higher? It does go into quintuple. So I think we're going to put that into a compacting drawer. So I think we need about 7 of these machines. We've already got one, so let's just make a couple more. I think I'm out of lava. No, it's the picks. We're out of the picks. Cool. And let's get rid of things we don't need right now. Like, we don't need that. We don't need this. We're going to put these things on top of drawers was the idea. So we'll need to power them somehow. Probably don't need that. I could do with a terminal over there. If I could make another terminal, that would be terrific. So it would require one of those. And then I need the gold thing. So really, I just need to have this running somewhere and have like a whole batch of it. Can I put it there and have it connect through the facade? Don't think it has. We'll double check. I forget what the first one is. It's that one, the square one. Oh, they both look a little bit square. I think it's this one here. Oh, it's working. Okay, so I'll leave that there, and that will just like make a batch of them. Obviously, I need to make more of those. We'll look at automating that stuff soon. So we're going to be in this back area over here, and we're going to use this drawer controller. So therefore, we will use the trim to connect it to our next system, which is going to run along the back here. And I could lower this so it's at the same level. I kind of like the idea of maybe coming into the room and it just naturally being higher. So we could kind of stick this thing at the same height if we wanted to. Then we want a row of these machines going into drawers. So the first one will be that compacting one. Let's actually put it there for now. Give ourselves a little bit of space. The cables behind it. In fact, the common rule would be give yourself more than enough space. So let's say we come to here. That compacting drawer is now connected to our system. Gonna make sure it's locked though, and then we'd have this machine on top of it, and it's going to make the quintuple compressed, which is this one here. So all crafting. Although it did 3x3 craft, got it. It's an interesting little block. And I think it will naturally... Here's the thing, we might need to check. Yeah, look at that. Actually, this thing probably isn't going to push down, but we would need to disable it anyway. So when it gets power, which currently we'll do with these, but we need to hook up power at some point properly. This is going to not automatically put down. But if I add my little system for that... Oh, they're not with us. We'll go pick them up. I say system, it's a block. Twitch Donny, thank you for the nice message in chat there. There is a push add-on for the mod. Is there? Maybe I prefer to use that. Let's check it out. So, oh, right-clicking there clears that. Wow, that's a nice thing to learn. So, industrial foregoing and push. So we're looking for an add-on. So we've got item stack transfer, or just... Oh, right, okay, it's fluid or item. Not stack. And that magenta dye might prove to be difficult to obtain. Okay. Got some dry rubber. Gonna make more of this stuff. We're gonna automate that in that room after we've done this first project. That's good, that stuff's pumping along. Put the rubber in here. So, magenta, let's search magenta. We should have something magenta related. We do. We need that pestle thing now. Bone meal and shears. This is, again, another project we could automate. One thing I gotta say that playing this mod pack again has got me like thinking about is how I did like modded series in the past, because when you make videos it's different from doing a stream, and when I stream it kind of everything feels a little slower than I'd like. But if I had a day to like work on a project like we do in a stream, you know, like the end result would have been this chest here but the whole room decorated around it, or like I don't know, I can just see how I could get back into like making videos on modded again, because you need to be familiar with the mods, and playing this mod pack has reminded me like of how much I actually kind of knew about some of the older stuff. I'm going to hold on to that. We only need 2 dye for now, right? Yeah, we'll automate this later. And automating it was a project that I did in the Fullcraft mod pack. So I created a room where like there were all these petals on the ground and bone meal was fed in, and it would make these dyes for you. I'd like to do that again. I'd make a better version of that, I guess. Would be the goal. Let's go ahead and craft the thing. Oh yeah, we need a bit more rubber. There we go. So now we've got an upgrade. And I need several of those now that I think about it. Not just one, but I guess, you know, we're checking it out first of all. Ooh, hello, we've got some Enderman friends. Right. So I don't want any colour but the last to push down. And that, with this interface, is actually quite simple. Then energy items and energy, so that's not a problem. So now when we put this upgrade in, I wonder if we can make it work faster, because it looks like it could run faster. I also kind of want to, you know, chuck in a bit to help it along as... Dang! They can spawn there? I'm gonna just look away for now. That's not a good problem. That's not a good problem. We got a couple of noises in the ear. We had Alfington 10 minutes ago. Sorry I missed that, dude. 9 months. Morning X, chilling with my tea. And son Charlie. Thanks for the stream. Cheers, my dude. Appreciate the support. Hope that both of you are enjoying it. What do we got here? Why did I start moving around? I got distracted. Oh, God. Oh, yes. I came back this way for this one. Oh, here's a question for chat. Do I need any of these other materials compacted? I got a feeling I don't. I just know there's some sort of end goal thing for crafting. Like when you get the most compacted one of cobblestone, there's like something you can do with that. Yeah, I don't have a bow and arrow to shoot those down, so maybe I should get one of those. There you go. That's going to help us make the last one, and the last one should get pushed out. But it didn't. Direction down, action push. I mean, it also says down, so like... Oh, I locked the drawer, someone pointed out. Well done. Thank you. There we go. So now, it goes as high as... Wait, sextuple I think is the largest? Because quad is 4, quin would be 5, and sex would be 6. I don't know if it goes up to like septillion. Hang on, what was this outputting? Triple and then quad. Okay. So we have septuple cobblestone. What is this mod called? Oh, it's extra utilities. And then octuple. So we need another one after that. Okay. This thing probably... This is the one we're probably going to put like speed upgrades on and whatnot eventually. Because that is a lot of compressed cobble. So if we're going to have these in a row, then I guess the end of the row will be this one. So I'm going to put a transfer thing between there and into this. Peeps reckon octa is the most. Cool. Okay, Okay, so now that we made that, we're going to go back to our inscribers and grab the silicon one next, and grab some silicon itself. Just make a whole bunch of those. And soon we'll make that interface. The idea would be, and this is kind of teaching me now, that if I automate ME stuff sooner, then I can move those little crafting terminals around with me and do less back and forth. That's another thing about modded that usually puts me off, but these days I embrace when I play, because in vanilla I know the game so well that I know where all the friction points are, but in modded I seem to just constantly get bamboozled by them. And then that's one of the things that frustrated me in the past with playing modded. It's like, oh, I'm wasting all this time. But now I'm like, let's just turn upstream and have a good time. And not worry about that. So that should eject to this side. And I hope it ejects the right one. So it looks like it didn't. So that means this is not helpful. And I think I don't know how to... Oh gosh, that's the pick that did that. I don't know how to get that thing off without breaking the block. So back down it goes, and we have to use something different over here. Now, because I'd like this to be neatly tiled and in a row, I'm thinking I might put that on the back, and that means our trim would need to be moved, sort of. Can anyone tell me what is X doing exactly? Says Arian. Let me explain better. We're creating a little room over here where we're going to generate materials, which might sound a bit vague, but like we want certain materials to be generated. Oh, I think I put the wrong one on that side. Interesting. Like, is there anything actually in here? No, but it's not clear. Maybe if I just put it over here. How do I get that to clear? Lock, unlock. That's bizarre. Oh, you need to add something to it and take it out. Right, but I need to add one of the ones that already is. This is just a bug, right? Got it, okay. Put that back in there. So that's making the quad here, and the quad is the one... We have one quadruple in there. I kind of need a sextuple to make the filter, right? Because I've got to... Oh, this is a fluid node as well. I've got to tell it which block to take out. I don't know if you can do that without having it. So we'll leave this one here and lock it for now. And we'll come back to that later. So that needs to generate a lot more before we do that. You have to hold the flat transfer node to break it. You can also put a filter, by the way. Oh, right. Oh. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, we need a filter. If that thing can hold a filter, then let's do that. So, but again, same problem, right? So, I might actually already have some item filters. No. Oh, they're just called filters, aren't they? There you go. So if I put one of those in my inventory, that will remind me for later. Cool. Let's check this thing. Right, we're making a bunch of that. Right, and we're going to need a terminal in that room, and I don't really know where... Hang on, I haven't made the terminal yet. Dang it. Becca, thank you for gifting a sub to Lucky Lemon 1. I got distracted again 7 minutes ago. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You can just filter by putting sextuple into compacting drawer, but you would have to wait for it. Yes, no, that's the point. I have to wait for it. That's what I've been saying. I have to wait for that item. Why not put the highest tier cobble generator into an array of compacting drawers? No energy cost and is way faster. That is... kind of true. Maybe we'll pivot to doing that. This might not be the most efficient way to do it. If we get that super fast generator, which, by the way, I had not actually made yet, and we can make. So if we go back to the first page, we haven't gone to the deep dark either. So we can make those two, and then just have the row of compacting drawers, which would probably look cooler in here. Yeah, I think you might be right. It's fun to experiment and see what's possible, but I think you're absolutely right. And then we could use that setup. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. I know what I'm doing. We'll make the biggest cobble generator, multiple compacting drawers, use the transfer nodes with filters added. So, first of all, I'm going to need multiple of those. Then if we go in here, I thought I used that for something else, but maybe not. Okay, oh, this always annoys me. You have to come out. No? You have to... No? Oh, why is it not working? If I add it to that list, then it will let me... Yeah, now it will let me look at that. Okay. Uses. So we can make that because we've got plenty of blaze. Well, not plenty, but some. And then uses of... again. Use. Over here. Emerald, loads of those. So now we have the top tier one. By the way, did it pick up the middle one? It better have. Dang it! Oh, that's annoying. It didn't detect it. Well, if I do that, we'll go back through the steps again and waste some more blaze. Right, I've got both of them now. And that one. And this one. Come on. Let's see what we get. Chance cubes. Not great. More chance cubes. Not great. Chuck them in there. Okay, so tier 5 is the top one. That's the one that we want. What comes after this? It is the Deep Dark and the Aroma Mining Dimension. I got a feeling that block requires all of the cobblestone. Ah, there you go, there you go. So that's why you got to get the cobblestone generator going. Okay, so we're going to transfer node into a compacting drawer. We just need multiple. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, then 3, 4, 5, and then 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9. So like I think you need 4 compacting drawers. And there they are. Uh-huh. Put all that stuff in. No, what was the thing in the middle? Didn't I just make that? No, I didn't. I put the things in. Oh, dang it, whatever. Okay, we now got 4 of those, which is what we need. Excellent. 4 compacting drawers, got the key. Got the generator, got that, got the filters. And I saw something in here that might be useful. It's probably called a chest. This thing right here, I'm going to take one of those and see if we can bring our cobble that's already compacted over to help us do this. Actually, I might have taken all of it out because I took the compacted out. Yeah, I don't need this tool. I could probably just do that, right? There you go. Hold it all in my inventory. Is Overitis in this mod pack? Because I thought I saw the image for Infinity Leggings. Yeah, I think that Infinity stuff's in this one. Cool. Right, where are we going to put this then? I want to have a row of them with those little machines on top. And I think we want to leave a little bit of space. So I think the corner of the room is probably going to be about here. So let's say that's the first one. Or sorry, the last one. This one's the first one. I'm going to put this on top. So I think it would actually be a case of that goes there. And then the transfer node goes here. Oh, I learned that trick, didn't I? That you can just place a different button. Okay. First bunch have gone in. And I can put some of these in, like the double. Except I need the double. Because now it's going to transfer into the next one. And apparently I can put a filter in here. So if we filter it with double. Can it go in there? I don't... Okay, so someone in chat told me this would work. How? The drawer above the generator is better because it transfers without a need for a node. Oh, what? Cobblestone generators, they transfer upwards without... Huh. You don't need filters. I don't? Oh, I know how you'd do it. Okay, I know. Right, now, the other trick was how do we get rid of this thing? Someone said you just hold... Oh! Oh, it does have room for filter. Well, I tried to get rid of it and now I found this thing. But I know the other way where you don't need a filter, which is probably the smarter way to use it. So how do we get... Ah, like that. You just click with that one. Okay, cool. Just regular left click. So I know what the dealio is now. You take this... You kind of want it already in one of these. Double. You make double the smallest. Okay, pick that back up and put the transfer node there and then put it back down. Now it can only transfer in double, which it just did. So all the double just went in there. Okay, now there's also a question of how fast is that transferring. Look at the speed it's transferring. Not very fast, and apparently this thing pushes up. So let's experiment with it being on top. Oh, that's so much faster. Wow. Okay then, right, I'm going to put this one here at... Oh, let's... Put that there at that level. Take this one, put it here. That one would then go to the side of it. Oops. Oh, dang it. Breaking stuff everywhere. Will there be a world download once you finish the pack, says Jax? I don't know. Probably, possibly. Anyway, that's going in at a really good speed. Then things get slow when we get over to this triple area. Let's go check on our applied Energistics stuff. Put the cobble gen inside the floor. Could do. I don't know. Maybe I could lower it again. I probably will want to get to the aesthetics of the room. Because I like all these projects to look good, but they're so tricky to do. What did we come back for? Oh, the panel. Right, so now we made a bunch of those. We want a bunch of redstone to go in here. And then we want a bunch of those things that I put away. Should be in my inventory. There we go. Nice. Back in the day, extra utilities transfer nodes could be upgraded into cobble gens, and they were hyper fast. I wonder if that's still the case. Yeah, well, this is back in the day. This is 1.12, so it probably is the reality of that. Okay, so now that we've got that thing, we want to we want to make the thing over here, which is one of those, and then make that. Sweet. So what we're saying over here is that we're going to lower all of this, because then it will line up with the rest of what I've got planned with the storage drawers. Oops. God, this pick is so, like, ridiculously fast. Put that there. This one goes here. Oh, if you click on the side of the block, it doesn't actually give you something out of it. Oh, which one's which? Oh, that's the wrong one. I think we've set that up right. But now quadruple, if we take that out, can go into the next one, which I don't think is going to be that. Let's do that, but then put this here. Quadruple in the bottom, pick it up, move it across. So there's the next one. And then what was the first one in this? Yeah, that's actually the same as that. So if we take this out, we've got to unlock it. Put it back in, take it out again. Put it in there. So it'll be a while before we get this last one. So I'm going to leave that here and lock it. In fact, all of these need to be locked and we'll set that up later. So that's our cobblestone bit. Then we're going to have more drawers going across here and they're going to have different things in them. We got some gifted subs from Wootblock. Wootblock, thank you for gifting the subs, my dude. Exterminator 2K, Jeebus3333, Shady Squib, Aston83, Fortunate Naruto. Thank you all for tuning in. Y'all been gifted subs. Be sure to say thanks in chat. And thank you again, Wootblock. Appreciate you doing that. Very kind of you. So, wow, the skeleton and the creeper being so close to each other makes me uncomfortable over there. Oh, let's chuck this cobble in, which I'm sure will barely help, because it's a very slow process after this. I brought upgrades. Those are going to be for the other bits. So now we need storage drawers over here. And before I forget, I brought something very important with me. I don't know where in this room it's going to go. It'll probably change a couple of times. But for now, the easiest place for me to add an access point is probably the other side of this. So like down a little further. There we go. Nope. What the heck? Oh, that was weird. That double jump thing, it's weird, but I'm getting slightly used to it. So for now, I'm just going to whack that there. And this will allow us... why is it not... Oh, maybe it just takes a minute to catch up. Cool. Right, we now have access to all the stuff again, which is pretty good. So we want to make some drawers from storage drawers. Let's go ahead and make some. I'd like it if we... Oh wait, can't you actually give them colours of like your choosing? Framed drawer. Am I... have I typed this incorrectly and not seeing everything? There you go. That. Let's make that. Framing table. Right. Ah. Go back in here. If we make framed drawers. Right, we need some chests, apparently. So, framed drawers. There we go, got a stack of those. Now, if I get some similar materials to this, kind of looks like basalt and smooth stone. Oh, no, it didn't like that. It's the letter, is it the letter T? Sometimes it doesn't like you pressing. Kind of need to smelt this. Oh, we need like a fast portable smelting thing as well. Oh wait, no, it is that, isn't it? Actually, can you get that block in this? This is 1.12. You probably can't get it. Dang. But if I grab the slab, maybe that counts. Right, anyway, so you go over here, put that in, and then you can choose... Yeah, you can't put this in. I think I might... Oh, there we go. So how do we make it look most like that, is what I'm thinking. I don't know. It really looks like the classic smooth stone texture. I wonder if you can use this to craft it. Like two of them together. Like, that's kind of close. Stone slab. Let's type in stone and see if it appears in here. Or smooth stone. In this version of the game, the double slab of that I don't think is obtainable. Chisel it probably, says Squidge. I don't know if this would then work with chisel. I think that's like a reasonable substitute though, so let's go for basalt as the next part. So you put this in. Alright, not that bit, but that bit. Yeah, that's going to fit in alongside that pretty well. Unless there is a lighter stone texture. But we could probably be here for ages trying to find something. Don't think there is. Cool, that'll do, I think. What do you reckon? How close is hardened stone? That is probably too dark. A good shout, but too dark. I think we'll just go with this. So when we take them out of here, they've now just got the custom textures on. Anonymous, thank you for gifting a sub to Sir German. And Woopblock, thank you for subscribing, my dude. Appreciate it. Let's start off by adding 4 of these. Yeah, it's noticeable, but it's alright. And then these have those blocks on top, remember? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, we'd need more of those auto down things, unless I use the flat transfer nodes. Which should be kind of easy, actually. So, I press Control. And then it's the other way around. What just happened? Okay, that was weird. Stop jumping everywhere. Right. Yeah, we need power sources. We're going to use Phantom for now. I think like figuring out a power system and having like cables to power everything is something we're going to need soon. So that machine is whirring away, creating some cobble, which is not actually what we want. Oh, I did want one to do this. So maybe we'll go with that one first, which means... Oh, it means my transfer... Oh, no, it's locked. Now, when it's locked, can I... And then, will that automatically go down? I think it's automatically going down, but the transfer rate is the same as it creates it. Interesting. There we go. Right, we now have stone being passively generated, okay? Let's go ahead and put in more of these blocks and phantom power them. Okay then. So, how do we get rid of it? Like that, I remembered. Okay. We got to go in and do all of these one by one, I guess. Also, we have Woopblock with another gifted sub to Felix1B. Thank you again, my dude, for supporting our community. Felix, be sure to say thanks in chat. We always appreciate it. Felix is there in chat saying thanks. And Spangleboo is clapping. Why are we clapping? Is it because I did a thing? Gravel would be next on the list. So the pick and then crafting it into flint. Okay. So pick. There it is. We're making the gravel. Gravel just needs to go there. Yeah, I kind of want all of this to be clean in here as well. So like no... Oh, did I not... Oh, what's the betting I did in the wrong way? Dang it. I forgot to press the button. There we go, that's the right way. Place them in. Set them up. I guess I could set them up first, right? So gravel. Gravel and flint. Then what do we have? Look at this inventory, it's absolutely appalling. But now I don't have to walk so far to set it up. We don't need filters anymore, that's good. I'll put the inscribers back and some of these things as well. So we said flint. There's one. Might as well put our flint in here then. Okay, and then what's after that? It is compressed flint, which I'm not going to bother with. So sand and then glass. So double pick. And then let's keep making these. How many more machines have got? 2. So we can put 2 more in for now. These need to be placed that way. Excellent. So that's double pick. And then furnace. So that makes glass. After that, I think it's dust. Yeah, dust, and then silicon we want as well. And then that's it, actually. That's it after that. Dust and silicon. What's this one making? Oh, nothing. Right, okay, so... that's dust, and then one more for silicon. Do we have one more machine? No. We've got 6. I thought we made 7. I seem to remember making 7. Let's make one more then. That's the wrong thing. This is the right thing. And we're missing things. God, aren't we? Hang on, didn't I make us... oh, no, no, no. I see my mistake. Okay. No. We need the pick first. Then we do the one at the bottom. Or the middle, even. There we go. I know what's happened. I know what just happened. It's okay. I never locked these. So it put them back in there. Interesting how it picked this as a higher priority because it was close by. I'm assuming. That's kind of odd that it would pick those, actually. Okay. Anyway. That gives us all the materials that we can get out of this block. Uh-huh. We come over to this one and we grab the sand and we chuck it in there. Beautiful. Over here we grab the glass. Chuck the glass into here. That is wonderful. Then we have dust. Chuck the dust down here. Nice. And then we got silicon finally. So it gets slow of each step by the looks of it. So oh, did I not put a thing on it? I think I forgot. Yeah, I forgot that step. Okay. Not a problem. Put this on it. And it disappears. Of course it does. Of course it does. Alright, can we say yay for automatic material collection? Yay for automatic material collection. Now go get some upgrades from Tesla to make them faster. I don't think the... wait, Tesla? You're on about Tesla. I don't think it's the... well, it might need more power. At the moment, it doesn't need more power because it's going as far as it can. But yes, the upgrades will make it faster. But here's my theory. Until we know we need some of this stuff in real large bulk, they're going to passively generate. So I think we're going to be quite alright to keep them as is. Do you know, I really like the idea of maybe moving that there and then having the 4th one here, and then we have this nice block that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that would make the center here. And so if we go in that direction, that happens to be right in the middle of a pillar. Interesting. Would I want to modify that? Probably not to make an entrance. So maybe we pick the middle of something over here. Oh, that's also a pillar, is it? Gosh. Gosh. Yeah, I think the entrance to this area should come from this. I think that's the middle. Uh-huh. It's not, but we'll do that. And then we'll have a staircase that goes up. And then you'll turn here and come into the middle of the room. So I guess I need to reconfigure this bit, which shouldn't be too difficult because that's already set up. Just need to remove that. Then it needs to transfer upwards, which I think is that. I think that transfers upwards. So we got quadruple. So if I take out the quadruples, and that's triple. Triple's the middle. No? Is it? It's quadruple. Right. Yep, they go upwards. Excellent. So then you'd have one on the left sending it there. Cool. Then we've got our nice little row of blocks. This bit's in the middle. Very cool. Time to pivot. We're going to do some decorating now. Decoration time. Clap, 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 says Spangle. Thank you, thank you. I'm here all day. Well, I'm not, because I'm going out later. Right, we've got triple compressed and double compressed that I'd like to put into the system. And currently we're not even getting close, but hey, this thing's working away now. We've got stone in the system. So if I go search these, remember, they're part of it, because we hooked it up to the trim. So you can see the glass is sitting there ticking away. So that's been useful, and we get to do some decorating now. I like the technical stuff. It always takes longer than I want it to, but when we get to decorating, all is good in the hood. Oh yeah, totally got to put these in. Or not. Oh, there we go. I'm just going to put 2 on each for now. No void upgrades, nothing like that. Never used that thing, did we? That goes in the backpack. We'd like some basalt here. The export bus, what was I going to use that for? I think that was a while ago. We came up with something better. Don't need those. That's a backpack thing. Probably put the Spectre coils away. See, now we're all set up for building again. So, chisel. Got some building materials right here. Probably going to end up using chisel and bits and stuff like that. The thing that I want to do is add our doorway using what we commonly use, which is that one. Grab it like a rabbit and put it in place. So this is going to be a common thing for our layout here. You see that one's done at a different size. There's no rules. We just you know, go as we please. So we'll have like some sort of floor material, and then the little staircase can start around here. So we can use whatever material we like at this point. So let's go in and have a look in chisel for something a little different. Maybe some andesite. Oh, we don't generate andesite, do we? Is there a way I can make it from diorite? Andesite pebbles? X or anyone have any ideas to reduce burnout? Says Lewis Plays Games. I think just burnout in general. A bit hard to comment on. Maybe something more specific. I could perhaps enlighten you with some thoughts of mine, but just in general, it's kind of hard. You need a bigger sense of what you're talking about. We haven't done laboratory blocks, which require... We haven't farmed quartz, so we can't go down that way. It's the factory blocks. They're so cheap and accessible. Oh, limestone. That sounds kind of cool. Could maybe do something with one of the wooden textures, or sandstone possibly. Although we'd probably chew through that because we're only generating a little bit of sand. Rabbits don't have opposable thumbs, they struggle to grab it. Grab it like a rabbit. Let's go back to the just the fact. I know these factory blocks so well. I know there's like there's nothing here that I haven't already built with, so like it's not that appealing. Those ones are super cool though. And that's endstone, isn't it? And then there's purpur as well. Could use a metal block again. What's that one? Charcoal. So, do I want to stick with my chacha wood for the floor? I feel a bit boring doing that. I guess over here we use some of the blue stuff. This room's very, very different. We put grass in here. Don't really have any other type of wood we can go on. Vanilla concrete, but chiseled looks great, I think, says Mr. Mustachio. Yeah, I guess I could use white concrete. That's probably about it, though. Oh, let's get a bow and arrow, by the way. Okay, there isn't a bow, but there's got to be some arrows, yep. Let's make a bow and just take care of this stupid problem we got over here. That's the first time I've done this. Got the take and aim one. Okie dokie then. We need to fill all of this in, basically. Get some more cobble. Ah, look at that. It actually sees all of the stuff that's going in here. That's why the number changes. Interesting. Whoops. Cool, there we go. Shouldn't have that problem again. Yeah, it's kind of annoying not knowing what material to build with. Did you get a bat yet? Let's go check up on that one, actually. Should probably put some torches back here then if I'm going to wander off. Let's see if we can capture a couple of these. We've got a squid. Is that it? One? There should be two in the system. Oh, they're still in my inventory. How did I not notice that? That's so weird. Let's go capture one, right? Will you be using the chickens mod for some resources? Oh yeah, there's soul sand chickens in the nether that we could pinch. Where did we end up building this thing? Was it down here, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. It's taking some damage, don't mind me. Right, what am I seeing? I'm pretty sure I'm seeing bats, actually. Ah, we've made a batty room. It's full of bats. Quick. Gosh. Just one. Ah. Got ya. I'm pretty sure I saw one with a top hat as well, but it's very hard to see. Well, that worked. And we got two of them. Oh gosh, it's trying to escape. You only need one bat, we need a chicken and another squid, says Blackjack. Why do I need a chicken? I need a bat for the crafting thing, then we need the squid for the ghast. But we still need the drop of evil, and I don't really feel like grinding it out in the nether, so hey, we got the bat, we got two of them, so yeah. There we go, job's done. Right, peeps, I am just going to nip to the loo for a minute, so I'll be right back. I'm back, peeps. Don't worry about me. Also, we got over 1,000 peeps tuned in. Some of them probably just tuned out. They were like, oh, well, he's not doing anything. I'm going. But be sure to hit the follow button here on Twitch if you're enjoying the streams. Erin Smith says, this song sounds like you're going to kill someone. Jeez. I'm worried about what goes on in your head, my dude. This was just a chill little bit of dark ambient, I was thinking. Wasn't thinking anything murderous about it. Jeez. I see crystal caves and magical spells, not murder, gosh. Right, I was kind of thinking, like, dang, I don't really know how to decorate this room right now, so maybe just we leave it like that, and we could look at the next thing. We really need to automate this. However, we're not using a crazy amount of rubber, but it depends on what direction we go in, and we definitely need to automate this stuff. But I was thinking maybe like we just stop automating things and do some building. Let's get more of this place put together, right? I think that's what we'll do. And we can have a little bit of a chat. Because I was... Murderous magical crystal caves, says the Thinky. Why are the caves murderous? I don't understand. I've listened to a couple of really great podcasts. Listened to one this morning and listened to one yesterday. The one I listened to yesterday I would absolutely recommend to anyone, really. It's the Lex Friedman podcast, and he interviews the guy who is Dr. Fauci's boss, essentially. And I might be mistaken, is Dr. Fauci, do they call him the Surgeon General? Or something like that? He's like the head medical guy in America. And I know we have some Americans watching who will know that who that person is. So, like, this is like, what I love about podcasts is it gives you access to people inside the, like, some of our most important institutions in society. You mean the man proclaimed as God of Medicine by Disney, says Vegley. I mean, if Disney have made some sort of statement about him, I don't know much about that. He seemed like a very nice guy. That's another thing I like about podcasts, is that they tend to be very personal and genuine feeling. So, like, in the past you could learn about some of this institutional stuff, but it usually comes through the filter of like a media corporation and is like dressed up in, you know, a format that's edited and whatnot. Whereas this is just like two people talking, which I love. Makes it feel really quite genuine. They made a doctor and sold merch with his face on. Dang, I'll have to look up on that. He seemed like a very non-egotistical person who probably wouldn't have liked that. So yeah, anyway, like, Lex asks him all the hard questions related to all the kind of, like, controversial, conspiratorial theory stuff that's going around, like lab leak theories, ivermectin, and vaccination hesitancy, and all of his answers were really solid. And like we talked about the other day, the whole thing of, like, you don't know what you don't know. It's really good to hear someone inside the institution who has spent their career working on this stuff explain these things. You know? Paxalaton says, if you like torturing puppies, Fauci is your man. I believe they touched on that as well, or they touched on something related to the use of animals in testing. I mean, I don't really know much about that story, but what I know is that like when there's certain organizations that exist with a goal, they'll take what information is available to suit their goal. I learned that through getting interested in my diet and my nutrition when I went vegetarian, through watching these sort of vegan propaganda documentaries, right? They seem like, oh, they're telling you, they're lifting the veil, they're letting you see the truth. Here's what it really is. But actually, what they're doing is taking information that's out there and repurposing it to their agenda. So, like, the thing about testing on animals is that we all live with the benefits from having access to that. Because by testing on animals, we get to save human lives. And that is a cost equation that most people don't really ever think about. When you hear about, like, animal testing, it's sort of in a bubble. It's not like, you know, are you going to be angry and upset about animal testing and then experience life without animal testing, like have all the advances in medicine and knowledge that it's brought then stripped out of your life. You don't get to see that, so you're not aware of actually how much it's contributed to medical science and whatnot. And so what will happen is like some sort of experiment that's going on will be suited to the agenda. So when like someone like Peter talks about animal testing, it's related to their view on it. I'm not trying to say they're wrong, they're right. It's just there's multiple sides to the story and ways of looking at things. And Dr. Fauci is someone who has been repeatedly attacked as of late and has become politicized essentially as a scientist and a science communicator, has like become the center of a political storm. So any story around him doing research or something involving animals, to me, is just going to be a piece of information that has been turned to someone's narrative. Like the whole gain of function thing that went around, right? Hearing Joe Rogan talk about it on his podcast and other people, oh, they were doing gain of function research. I would sort of remind myself, I have no idea what gain of function research is, right? Like, I don't even know what that is. Turns out, according to listening to this podcast with, again, the guy who's Dr. Fauci's boss, gain of function is a term, right, that means you have gained a function. So, like, this is what astonishes me, is like, if you wear glasses, you have a gain of function because you can see better with the glasses. You have gained function. So, like, it's actually quite a vague and it's more of a vague term that's applied to what they're doing. So with the context of what they're doing, they're looking for a gain of function, something like that. And again, it's like, I don't know what I don't know. Like, you're hearing all these people ringing the alarm bells about gain of function, but it seems sort of apparent after listening to that explanation that maybe they don't even know what they're on about. Like, you know? Oh, it's infuriating on some levels, but I just, you know, there's all this misinformation out there and it's difficult and whatnot, but you can also just focus on yourself and the people around you and sort of doing right on a smaller scale, I guess. Gain of function in the case of virology is making viruses more potential and making it jump species, says Mayschool. Possibly. I don't like fully know what they're doing. You know, I just like to be aware of how much I don't know, I guess, because here's another example. Like early on in the pandemic, there was this like a brief discussion of, is this man-made? Is it like a weapon being proposed? Again, in sort of like the podcast space, and that was nothing that ever like really gained traction or momentum or anything. But I was thinking, oh whoa, what if it was, right? Like, anyway, again, listening to podcasts, someone who was an actual expert in the field of like, someone who is sort of close to like knowing if this is possible or not, can we do it, basically said like, if someone had actually man-made this coronavirus, it would be probably one of the most astonishing leaps in advancement that like to intentionally create the coronavirus just would have been the absolute apex of what is possible. They were saying like, no, we're like decades away from being able to engineer this. And so again, it's like someone's proposed the idea that this could have been made, you know, in a lab, and it just appeals so much to conspiratorial thinking of like, oh, hidden agendas, they're trying to manufacture this thing. And then you hear someone who actually knows a lot about this topic and they're like, no, we're like years and years away from being able to specifically manufacture a coronavirus that could, you know, be deployed as a weapon like this. And so then that goes completely out of the window. It's like, okay, fair enough. I think we've all had the the tough of it. Wait, the through of it. Hang on. Why can't I read that word? I think it's because it's misspelt. This is probably man-made, but I'm pretty sure they lost control of it very quickly. Let's not say this is probably man-made. Like, okay, so again, like it's like that lab leak theory that has like gained some more traction recently. It's like, you know, compared to the wet market theory, it sounds more plausible if you explain it in a particular way of all the variables, like that this came from Wuhan, where they were doing testing on coronaviruses. But there's other ways of looking at it as well. Like maybe that was the most relevant place to test that kind of thing. Anyway, that got brought up in that podcast as well, and like there's just other ways of looking at other things. I can't remember specifically what was said, but just because, right? All of this, like, there's all of this, you know, it came from Wuhan, there was a lab there, they were doing similar testing stuff, doesn't then mean it was possible, right? Like, I get the impression, because I can't quite remember specifically what they said about it, but, like, that final step of, like, is that even possible, though? If that makes sense. My brother-in-law has been a doctor for 30 years or more, never been against vaccines. He was against this one and came down with the pandemic. What do you mean came down with the pandemic? I lost my train of thought a bit there. How did you get that big diamond chest? We crafted it. We built it in the last stream, I think. Dang, this thing's gonna break again. Like, I guess it doesn't have unbreaking, so you get through it pretty quick. I don't know quite where we're at in chat. Fegley mentions Shane Dawson, though. I gotta say, those conspiracy theories he did, like, just some basic use of critical thought, and some of the stuff, because I've watched a couple of them, I think they're really terrible, to be honest. Like, the ones that I saw, just like, I don't know, the level of, like, critical thought, research, etc., just very surface level. I didn't like any of that stuff that I watched, really. Especially the one about the pizza. Like, this idea that they were recycling used slices of pizza, right? I think it was just like grasping at straws. Off-topic question, how do you stay interested in Minecraft and getting bored of it? If you're getting bored of it, then, you know, do something else. Like, I'm interested in Minecraft because it's like a creative game. I like doing creative things, and so I don't really want to do something that's not creative, I guess. So it keeps me interested. Solution, don't listen to Shane Dawson. Sure, I don't. Like, I don't. It was a few years ago. I remember, like, Jake Paul and Logan Paul sort of, like, becoming this focus of discontent with what they were doing. You know, the way they sold merch through their music videos, all this other stuff. There's, like, a lot of drama around it, and I've really gone off that kind of YouTube drama stuff. I just don't really want to bother with it anymore, but it's getting caught up in all of that, and I think Shane Dawson was doing a few documentaries at the time, and I watched some of them, and I just thought, like, no, this is nonsense. The thing he says, I like to keep both sides of these arguments close, even if I think one of the sides is idiotic. Anyway, the other podcast I was listening to this morning, totally different bunch of topics. Was about like sort of like pain and pleasure and how we like value our time and dang, it was so weird how like it's all really clear when you're listening to it, and then a few hours later it's all like foggy. There were some super interesting questions in it that I really liked. One of them was related to like how we perceive things with like oh man, I find it so difficult to articulate myself right now. One of them was like related to how when you're like thinking back over memories and evaluating stuff, how perception is shaped by particular parts of a memory. Like one of the early examples they were talking about was like you go on a holiday and they reckon it's like the holiday duration doesn't really matter. It's the fact that you went on a holiday that you remember. So like if you go on a 1 week holiday or a 2 week holiday, they're kind of like the same in your mind when you remember it years later. I thought was interesting. They talk about like the peak and the end. So there's these experiments that were done on people where they would like shock them with a pain, you know, voluntarily, not like torture or anything, and then they would ask them to like, you know, judge the experience or whatever, and they found that if you gave people the same amount of pain but then trailed it off with a milder piece of pain after at the end, that they would rate the experience better than having the full dose of pain. So like you remember the last bit a bit more, right? And they're also talking about like perception of these things as well. Like if you go to a job and work and you get a pay rise every year, right? Seems kind of good. You keep working, your pay goes up. But if it were to go down every year, you would have like a negative perception of it. But if the net value of taking the job where you get paid less turned out to be higher, like the human perception of loss is more powerful. More people would like take the job that pays more over time than less and not consider the net outcome, because the net outcome could be more from a job that gives you a pay deduction every year if you start off with a higher pay, right? Sleepy Ghost says, what podcast was this? It was Sam Harris's latest one, and he was talking to this guy who's been doing like a lot of psychological research into pain and pleasure, and the sort of relationship of those and our perceptions of them. They talked a little bit about like pain tolerance, which is something I've noticed because I do working out and like a lot of exercise. Like a lot of, I don't know, I find like it translates reflectively to stuff that would be normally difficult or like uncomfortable. But I find myself like rarely irritated by discomfort anymore. And it might be just because like you do workouts and stuff, and like when you're doing a workout, like it's uncomfortable, it's difficult, it's supposed to be. And so you kind of learn as you do them, like, oh, this is temporary, right? Like this will pass. You do your workout, and then it's over. And then that translates to other things, like I don't know, maybe you're at a gig and you're standing up and you're feeling a bit like achy, my back hurts or whatever, but it's like, it's temporary. This will soon be over. You do exercise a lot, says Sleepy Ghost. Oh, with the X. KS Text says depends on how long you keep the job. No. In the thought experiment, like the idea is, yeah, obvious. Like you're changing the variable. The variable is the same. It's the idea of perception. I don't know what the origin of this is, but like this is what this guy does. Like, psychologist who like conducts certain sets of studies and experiments to try and glean insights into like how our psychology works. And what they've discovered is that there's like perception. So like, you know, you work for a decade, every year you get a pay cut, or you work for a decade, every year you get a pay rise. The perception of that will be that the pay cut is negative as opposed to calculating the net result. Where it's like, oh, you've actually earned more on this job that paid you less every year. Degley says, so since we're in serious mode, I want to get your take on this. In Victoria in Australia, they recently passed a bill in the House of Reps which allows the Premier to lock down the state without going through parliamentary approval. It's not fully in yet, but if it's got to the Senate, basically it lets him lock down any part of the state wherever he feels like without a vote or any proper checks. Degley, thank you for the cheers and bits. I don't have strong opinions on this kind of stuff, right? Like, I really believe in people's freedom and autonomy. Yet I understand that. You see, the problem is like everything's on a scale. At the one end of pure freedom and autonomy is anarchy, not run around crazy violence anarchy as it's often portrayed, but just, you know, a form of lawlessness, I guess. And I personally believe we need institutions, we need authority, they need to be done correctly and righteously. They can be places that harbour corruption as well, but like, it's all part of a scale. And then at the other end of that, you got authoritarianism and complete control of the state and whatnot, which I disagree with fully. So the problem is that that thing swings in the direction of authoritarianism, right? You are handing over power, lots of power, to an individual to lock down a state or whatever, which can seem like a bad thing, but it's also a response to a situation. If those sorts of powers get held onto after this situation is over, then that's very troubling. If they are given back again and the use of them has been effective, then it's not such a bad thing. I think if you've like looked at history or learned about certain historical topics, you can kind of see how there's like a detachment from the politics at the time if you compare it to how we go through the motions today. So like, there's this saying that history is written by the victors, but more so that like history is written by someone with a different perspective. So some like the idea of that quote is that, you know, you win and then you get to tell the tale. So there's often like histories that you can look into that maybe gloss over certain ugly details because of who's telling you the history. So when you compare these things, like if it turns out that that decision is a huge success and, you know, 50 years from now we're looking back at our historical data about the COVID pandemic and how effective some of these measures that we used were, they could then at that point in time be seen as very positive, right? And good. So the fears come from, the scare of the idea comes from fear. It's like fear that this sort of power will be misused, and that's like valid, but it doesn't therefore mean it will be misused. So it's like a really hard one to like weigh up and figure out, I guess. If that makes much sense at all. Ozikaru91, thank you for 3 months. Appreciate it, my dude. Thank you for your support. Mahelvin says, nobody wants authoritarianism, but you can't help but notice that 2 weeks of forced lockdown a year ago would have saved so many lives. You say nobody wants authoritarianism, but authoritarian figures have arisen in history many times, and there are some today that are incredibly popular. People do gravitate to authoritarianism. The idea of a strong leader who tells you, I've got the answers, vote for me, the problem is these other people, like that has always been very appealing to people. That's why we've had authoritarianism. If everyone despised it, it wouldn't get into power, it wouldn't happen, but people gravitate to it. They like you know, the idea of a strong leader who will fix the country or whatever. It's a very appealing notion. And to me, it's way too simplistic. The idea that one person's got all the answers is just ridiculous. Like, how again, it's that you don't know what you don't know. One person can't know it all, but a society of people and institutions can cover a lot of ground on different topics. Like, I think good functioning government requires a lot of people working together. And, you know, hey, I don't know how to do this, but you know about this. You know, talking to one another, communicating. The idea of, like, one person having all the answers is just ridiculous. But it's been appealing in history. Okay, wait, that's the one. Did it just chisel? So I asked it to chisel all, but it just, like, did hardly any. Let's try that again. Then it made a different click noise. Wait, what? There we go. Right, now we've got loads of it. This is where I want to fly, this bit. Like, these roofs are the bit that are the worst, I think. People tend to like someone else to make decisions for them. Allows them to drop responsibility, says Rainforester. Yep. Yep. I noticed that in myself with, like, making some, like, big decisions that I've had to do recently. Is that, like, I go looking for information to, like, research and learn, and, like, how am I going to do this, how am I going to do that, and what I also am very aware that I'm kind of just looking for someone to, like, reassure me, oh, just do this, it'll be fine, you know. And I'm like, I want that because it takes the burden off myself to understand these things myself. So I'm kind of looking for someone to come along and go, here's what you do, that's it, there you go, well done. And then I'll be like, right, now I don't have to think about it. L. Manlian says, I hate responsibility. Responsibility can be good. You know, having responsibilities can build your character, and, you know, sometimes you want to do things for yourself, but you've got to think of, like, who you're responsible for or whatever. It's, I don't know. It's a different kind of good. It can be good. I need a Creato Extendo grip. I wonder if there's something similar here, says the Thinky. There might be, but, you know. Hey, I just want to waffle and build at the moment. That's how I feel. We've got to build a ceiling in that space as well. I must not forget. Here's a question for you, chat. I'm going to make this a poll, actually. Where's the poll? There we go. Right, let me set it up first. New poll. In fact, you're gonna have to read it. I'm not gonna add any context to this at all. You can understand this question and answer it, like, with these two options how you like. Okay, you got 1 minute. The question is. I got to tell you the answer as well. The question is, what's more important? You can vote for the future or the past. Maybe I could have put the present in there as well, but I'd say the present is sort of tied to the future, right? More than the past. Hey, we got J Fry 34 here with a donation saying, "Hey X, can I get a radio check from my mate John O'Wheeler?" I do not know what you mean by a radio check. Because this is not a radio show. I don't know, my dude. Thank you for the cheers and bits, though. Appreciate it. Went full contrarian and voted for the past. Great. I'm interested to see the results, because I know what I would vote, right? I'm curious to see what everyone else has voted. Let's have a look. View results. The future with 80% of the vote. Thank goodness. But 20% of y'all think the past is more valuable. Interesting. Like, people have different ways of looking at things. See, like, the past can teach you about the future. Like, knowing the past. So imagine now if you voted for the future, right? That you have no knowledge of the past at any given point. Like, all of a sudden, is progress possible if you have no, like, recollection of the past? No memory? You're always moving forward? I mean, did you think about it like that? Both are important in some way, says MVH Gamer. Yeah, exactly. Mayschool says we barely have information of the past. Yeah, but what we barely have is everything of what we have. Like, all these computers and stuff, right? That requires knowledge from the past. Knowledge of what we've done, what we've learned. We can't just instinctively manufacture a computer. Anyway, I believe that the future is more important. Like, it's, to me, it's like, you know, you make mistakes and then you learn from them. So, like, it's about progress and moving forward and the future. Try and do better tomorrow. That was another thing they mentioned, again, on the similar line where they're in this podcast, they're talking about these concepts. Is like, they talk about redemption briefly, where it's like, if someone goes and, like, robs a bank and then cures cancer after, it's like a redemption arc. You did wrong, but now you've done right. But then if you swap them around and, like, someone cured cancer, but then they were caught robbing a bank, like, in the second instance, you remember them as a villain. In the first instance, they're more likely to think of them as a hero. And yet, they're just two actions that they've done at different points in time. And it shapes the perception totally differently. So, like, there's no wrong or right to any of this. It's just, like, being aware of these things is useful. Like, this is how our minds work. We do things like that. We like stories. We like that. Someone would rob a bank to get healthcare, says Mayschool. Yeah, possibly. So what? They robbed the bank because they had cancer, and then they found a way to cure it or something. I wasn't adding any more context to that story, though. It's like, it makes total sense, right? Like, if you think of, I don't know, some big figure who's done a lot for society, and then they do something terrible. It's like a fall from grace. But then if you think of someone who has done something terrible, but then starts doing great things for society, it's like a redemption arc. And you think of them as a great person who has reformed their ways or whatever. And yet they can just be two sets of actions taken at different points in time. I will rob a bank to support healthcare, says Elmy Animate. So you're going to go like, what was it? I was about to say Peter Pan, that's not it. Robin Hood. Big difference there. Going to go Robin Hood. Steal from the rich and give for the poor. Now, I like the distance of this ceiling right here. I think what we should do is put some fancy, crazy block around the top here. I think I even know what one is. And then replace the stone with the ceiling material. The fancy... Ah! Noises in my ear. That made me shock. Fegley, thank you for the cheers and bits. No message with that one. Oh, you're going to go. You're heading out of here. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Robbing banks is kind of out of fashion these days, says Arieli. You know, now you immediately make me think that, like, there's digital robbery. Like, there's crime in the cyberspace, which is probably, you know, more plausible or not plausible, but, like, yeah. Like, going back in time, there's always been more crime, more robbing banks, and over time we get better technology, better security. Societies have become more stable with, you know, a wobble with the pandemic, of course, but, like, so those sorts of crimes are kind of like old news. You know, robberies like that, bank robberies don't really happen anymore. Look how much pink slime we've gathered. God. We can kind of get whatever we want with that little setup. We could just go change it for a different mob cube. But yeah, those things like, you know, the old-fashioned robbing a bank with a gun is probably way on the decline, whereas maybe cybercrime is on the up. People rob banks different ways now. Donovan says, me screenshotting the digital art the artist spent 5 years working on. Interesting. I've got a collection of, like, art that I like. that I've literally just saved pictures off of the internet, and I don't know how the artists would feel about that. I think that would be interesting to know what certain artists think about something like that. You screenshotting their art for their own enjoyment. Polkeen, thank you for 11 months, saying, I like you reminding your audience to use critical thinking. Do you like the Skeptic's Guide to the Universe podcast? I think I would like that. I think I've actually listened to it once, but I feel like maybe I should, let me just type that one down. I think I've checked that one out before, but thank you. I appreciate the suggestion, and thank you for 11 months of support. I will check that out. And we shall see. We shall see. I probably would like it because, you know, skepticalism and all that. It's this block here. That's the block that I want. And I want it right now! Oh, thank goodness we made all of that stone earlier. So with this, we can obviously add some cool stuff. The one that I want... Now, it's not actually displaying properly, I think. Let's go with it. Anyway, let's place a few blocks, right? So, when you put them... it has to be 2. So I was picturing putting that up there somewhere, maybe. I guess I could make the ceiling even higher and have a trim of that. Is it me, or is that like texture at the bottom sort of freaking out a bit? So we could put that in there around the edges, along with a bit more of that dark oak to break it up, maybe. And then across the top, I don't even know what I'd put up there. Also, this stuff should really just be constantly inscribing something. I don't know what. Maybe I'll just make more of those gold things for now. There we go. Tell you what, the glowstone in here looks kind of nice. Now, I want to get away from that. I think laboratory blocks would provide me with the other texture I'd like. The problem with that is quartz. Is there a way to farm quartz that I might have... Oh, I'll tell you what. You can't use civet and have a soul sand chicken would provide it with the soul sand it needs. So if I click on R for recipe over here, which is not showing me, of course it's not. Or is it already showing me the recipe? I feel like it... No, it's showing me... Right, okay, now it's showing me that. Right. So yeah, soul sand chicken can make nether quartz and black quartz and gas tears. Interesting. So that might be something to set up. And that's a nether quartz chicken to begin with. There doesn't seem to be any other little shortcuts, maybe? I don't know. Sag mill from quartz, yeah. So that'll be something we can farm in the future. If we're going to need it a lot for the A2 thing, then sorry, applied energistics, then it'd be a good thing to get farmed. Where are the lab blocks? I just got to type lab, haven't I? I think these things might be cheap, actually. Yeah, they're kind of cheapish, so we could probably make that ceiling out of it. Which block would I like to go with? Let's just make a... Oh yeah, I've got to click on that. Let's make a stack of these then. Which would have used 8. So every stack uses 8. So we can definitely use this on a big scale. Then if we click here, we can see what they look like. I might actually use these instead of those other blocks. I really like that one. And that. That's cool. And then the... would have that tiled over again if we put it on the ceiling. Ooh, look at that. That's kind of like the other one, but not animated. Let's click on that again. What's this look like when... Oh no, it doesn't work. Right, I think we're just going to go with a grid of that, really. Let's get some more of these blocks. Call me Merricks, thank you for resubscribing. Appreciate it. Appreciate it greatly. What am I trying? Oh, I'm just trying to do that. God, brain is terrible. So let's go grab the lab blocks, make more of those. And then we need, like, to get up here and build this thing, I guess. Whoa! Ha. Don't you have quartz seeds? I don't think I have any seeds. I know I actually kind of like this room being just at this height. Maybe we'll save this thing for somewhere else. Okay, this better not backfire, but... no, it didn't. Okay, cool. Hello? There we go. Maybe I'll just leave it like that. I don't know, I like the idea of it being animated. Okay. Right, another set of these. This thing is like really awkward. It does look pretty cool, doesn't it? Does look pretty cool. Oh, I like these blocks, they look spiky, says Sime UK. We're going to use the bottom of those blocks, the spiky looking ones. Right, and then at this level is where we place the others. I'm being super careful not to break too many blocks. I was thinking the other day, like, the mining out of the blocks thing is interesting because... like, it slows you down in building everything, right? But then when we place sky blocks, I hate it all being open because I like want to seal off every little bit, and that feels equally slow. Like, you can never have it just right. Oh yeah, we should use the wand for this now. Like that. Oh, can I get on top of this chest as well and do some digging from up here properly? Yeah. How does that look, peeps? I think that looks pretty swish. I like it. Swish? What on earth is that, X? What's swish? Making up words. Ugh. Right, we need a staircase. And I think what I'm going to do over here is put that, yeah, these blocks here. Cool, cool, cool. Right, let's get mining some blocks out of here. Looking swish. I think people like that one. Swish. Swish, swoosh, swash. So many weird words. So many weird words. How does the colossal chest work? Is it just an interface when you walk into it? Oh, you just right click on it. It's a giant chest, basically. And you construct it by building all of the sides. Like, it's like a giant hollow cube. And we build it out of diamond, and it costs us most of our diamonds. Here's another thing I could do, by the way. I wasn't going to do this, but I could have that come across like so. I think that might break it up a little too much, though. Or maybe it looks okay, because it's very dark up here. Right, now I need to use more of these blocks again. Come over here and take care of this bit. Get those. Ah, wrong one. Wrong one. Okay then. Why is this stream so calming? Says Jetfire. It's the magical music in the background. It's very soft and subtle and gentle. It's like a charming spell to keep you relaxed. That's what I believe it is, anyway. I could be wrong. What's today's thumbnail for the second channel? That is a good question. That is a good question. Do not know at this point in time. Ah! How did it... Oh, I know. They're on the opposite side. Got it, got it. Oh, gosh. Look at that. Making a right mess over here. Right, so I think we need like another stack in a bit, so we'll get 2 more stacks of this one. And we're probably going to need like 2 more stacks of that, at least. Oh dear. Well, we'll guesstimate it. There we go. Oh, one on the floor. So much cobble. The compressed cobble set up for the thumbnail, says Leonard. we could try and wing it with that, couldn't we? I'm not sure I'll really get this roof done today. Yeah, let's go check on the compressed cobble then. Oh, we didn't get one to add in the extra bit, did we? I think that'll be our thumbnail today. Just go. Not so impressive, I guess. Yeah, I do really need to shoot off. I really wanted to finish that roof, but everything in modded is slow, is what I'm learning. So a massive thank you to everyone for tuning in today. Thanks to all the peeps who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. And thank you to my patrons and all the people gifting subs. Y'all are appreciated. Thank you for being a wonderful community. I'm going to send you over to Iskal, who's doing some Vault Hunters, so you got more modded Minecraft coming your way today. But like I said, that's it. So thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.